Okay, I am live. Sorry about this last minute podcast. You know why it's always last minute? Because I don't mean to do a podcast, but then something happens in the course of the day, maybe the week, and then I feel like I am compelled to address, important details that affects every single one of us. So here I am, and here you guys are. Hopefully, enough. But the nice thing about these archives is that about these live podcasts is that they are archived. So, but it's nice to interact with people live. I asked, but since I did it the last minute, it's not fair that I said in this. Just a half an hour ago to post your comments or concerns, in the announcement of this live podcast, but I started typing stuff up, and these are things that people ask me. These are people, what they go through, so I'm going to touch on those things But like I say all the time, knowledge is power. What is knowledge if only a handful of people have it? The cabal, they have all the knowledge. So that's why they have all the power. If the average citizen knew what the cabal knows, the cabal would not exist, because the population of this planet would just throw them out, and they'd be in jail. This would be a very different reality that we all live in. And I don't know, is this camera okay? Looks like, I don't know. We're in show business, so we got to get good at this. Anyway, but knowledge is power. Now, the thing about what happens when you unplug from the matrix, you realize that the matrix is a reality. Then you want to expose that matrix, and you let everybody know around you. But most people, since they're still plugged into the matrix, they don't know what the frig you're talking about. And then, you go down the rabbit hole, and you discover other people like yourself, and that have discovered that the matrix is a reality, that it's real. We are living in a real illusion. We are living in a real life movie, and we all have a part in that movie. I've said this many times, and that's what I mean about show business. A movie. What is a movie? It's a show. It's a show, and a show has influence. I don't know if you guys ever read a book and it changed your life. Well, the book is like it's a novel, or it could be a biography, and or you've seen a movie and it made you cry. Well, these guys were actors, right? They played a part. They played it well. They win Oscars. They make a lot of money. Why? Because they play the part so well that it's so believable. But that's the reality that we're living in. The whole world is a movie. The entire planet. Everything you see. You turn on the TV, and what they spew. It is nothing. It's all scripted. It's all, I said that this is a video I've been wanting to work on, and it exclusively has to do with the media. The media is a marketing campaign. You know how I Am the Face of Truth is a marketing campaign, for 9/11 Truth? Well, the media is a marketing campaign, and politicians are part of that marketing campaign. So, so everybody follows a certain script. And then that's what the general public is exposed to, and because they're bombarded, it's 24/7, and everybody's got, everybody's following the same. It's like I say about us, we all got to be on the same page at the same time. Well, they're all on the same page at the same time, and so so everybody's going to say exactly what they're supposed to say, and we're always going to have, there's the truth. And there's the BS. The BS is in between. There's the truth, and then the lies. And then there's the BS. And then we focus, and they focus on this. And they keep us engaged in this. But it's actually, this is what we really need, is the truth. This right here, we would have discarded it. We would have thrown it in the garbage. But they make sure that this in-between stuff exists. So, you know, I made a meme about that the other day. I don't know if you guys saw it, but that's the truth. It's the truth. You know, there's the truth, right? There's the truth. There are lies. And in between is the BS. And we get sucked into that BS. You know, it's not our fault. It's not our fault. We have been indoctrinated, you know, by these people. We have been indoctrinated by the Matrix. We didn't know that the Matrix existed. And we have to understand that we are all products of the Matrix. And we bring the luggage from the Matrix, you know, here. And that's why we say, you know, some advocates have 1 foot in the Matrix and 1 foot out. How are you going to expose the Matrix with 1 foot in? Because every time, you know, you do something that supports the Matrix, it goes against the people that want to expose the Matrix, because you are reinforcing the Matrix. And so that is why, like, you know, we stress that you should run away from the left-right paradigm. Run. Anything that divides a human being is the psyop. Anything. You know, my mom. My mom is a minister. You know, I learned, you know, about Jesus when I was little. Jesus was one of my heroes besides Superman when I was little, you know. And I never really focused on the hocus pocus part. I mean, I kind of did, you know, in the beginning. But, you know, as I got older, you know, I focused on what they were about. And they were about truth and justice. And Superman was the American way. And the American way was supposed to be so freaking awesome, you know. And then I followed the American dream, and I made a lot of money, and I got on, you know, invested on Wall Street. And I kept finding stuff. I kept finding exploitation of humanity. It didn't matter. It didn't matter if it hurt another individual, as long as you gained. As long as the corporation's stock went up. It didn't matter how many people you poisoned. It didn't matter how many people died. It didn't matter how many people suffered. You know, it didn't matter how much you needed to lie to exploit that human being. But that's, so that human being is you. That human being is me. And I walked away from investing on Wall Street. I could have made a lot of money. I didn't have to be here. I do not need to be here. That's another thing, is that they, you know, like we have a marketing campaign, right? And so you know how the Matrix works. You know, you got to make everything good, bad, right? And so we're good guys. We start a marketing campaign. Marketing is good. Marketing gets the word out. Unity, you know, is everybody agrees. You know, we all got to be united. Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it. But can everybody do it? Do it. That, because doing is where it's at. You know, trying, forget it. You know, if somebody, you know, if I, you know, I came across a woman, and she says to me, "Well, I'm going to try to be faithful to you." Or a man, you know, man will go, you know, to a woman. Well, I love you, but I will try to be faithful to you. I mean, you're going to give this person the time of day or what, you know? But it's the same thing. It's like, you know, we want to expose the Matrix, and we have to become doers. That means you do what it takes to get the job done. And so, you know, and there were a lot of things that we wanted to put in place in the beginning of this campaign, you know, because we know we needed to prepare the advocate, because every single one of you are super, you know, you guys are super powerful. Do you know, you ever hear those stories about, you know, how, you know, someone was like stuck under a car, and then somebody just came to, you know, over to that car and just lifted it and pushed it right over? You guys, every single one of us has that inner strength. Every single one of us. But does the cabal want you to know that? Hell no, because if you did, we kicked their butts overnight, and we would duplicate that. So what the cabal had to do was diminish that power we all have, you know, over time, throughout our entire lives, you know, and they made sure that we're all about the self, the single person. We're not a community. We are individuals within this community, and it's me versus you. And that is what you guys got to understand. You guys got to get that in your head. I don't look at me. I don't look at me. I look at us. I always did. I walk out the door and I see us. I do all the time. And I shake hands and I help people and I'm friendly and I'm the first one to say hello. I'm the first one to smile. You know, some people that when I came over here, nobody says hello. You know, maybe one or two people. You know, and I started talking to everybody. I started talking to all the neighbors. You know, I even help people move. I mean, move in, move out, whatever. But to show an example. But anyway, I'm just saying that because, you know, we are more awesome than we think. We are more awesome than what we think. And we need to tap into that. And so, you know, I'm saying all of this stuff. The cabal has messed us up so badly. They really screwed us up. But we are all we've got to turn this world around. So what are we going to do? You understand? We're going to have to get along. We're going to have to get along. We're going to have to trust each other. You know, somebody gets mad at me today and they may curse me out and I got to give the guy the benefit of the doubt that he's having a hard time. You know, I should show him, you know, don't worry about it. No, it's okay. You know, that's the attitude we need to have with each other, not F you. And especially towards women. I'm old school. I'm Brooklyn. We don't tolerate that nonsense. You disrespect a woman in front of us, let me tell you, you're going to get your butt kicked. And we see that, you know, and that's what I mean. We're so messed up. Old school. Remember old school? Some of us still have that old school. Well, the old school needs to be the new school. Morality, respect, kindness, love, you know, be the example, you know, but that's the kind of stuff we need to focus on. You need to start to focus on what makes us great as human beings. And especially advocates. Advocates are the most important people on this planet right now. You see, I know this. See what I mean about knowledge? When you know something and you know it, it's not like you think it. Or you believe in it. I don't believe. You know what I believe in? I believe that we don't need to believe in anything anymore once you expose this cabal. Because we will know reality. This, you know, well, I believe in this and I believe in that. Well, that's how we fight each other all the time. And that's how the cabal stays in power. The cabal doesn't believe in this and believe in that. They're friggin' united and they're kicking our butts. And they're killing us. One way or another. And they're sending our children to war. You understand? They're sending our children to war. To fight for what? For ideology, for oil, for banks, you know, fiat money, to keep people in power, to make them more powerful, to make them more rich, and they just keep draining humanity till there is nothing left. Then what happens to us? That's why what I mean about that advocates are the most important people in history. But we better get our act together, and we got to get it together like ASAP, because the cabal, they're hip to people like us. And they're hip to people like me that are completely determined to kick their ass. Because their ass needs, you know, it needs to be kicked already. We got to let these guys know who's boss. But we need to stop falling for their con. And, you know, I see it every single day. That's one of the reasons why I'm doing this podcast. Because I'm working right now on a project for Palestine. And maybe I should explain that better so you guys understand. You know the people... some of the people that were responsible regarding 9/11, if you guys know this, then it's the same people that are doing whatever the hell they want to do with the Palestinian people. The other day, I was going to start working on something for I Am the Face of Truth. Ziola knows all about it. And I heard of an 11-year-old that got shot in Palestine. And I stopped. I said, wait a minute, you know, because, you know, I got this marketing campaign for Palestine, a marketing campaign for Palestine to save that country, right? And expose those son of a, you know, those, I don't want to use any Brooklynese. Anyway, I mean, I do, but I got to cool my jets. And I had to stop. And I'm like, somebody died. And then another one got shot in the throat. And then Chris Hedges, I saw, a quote with Chris Hedges, how he saw an 11-year-old kid being taunted by the Israeli soldiers. And once the little boy lifted a rock to throw at them, they shot him dead. And I'm like, what am I supposed to do about that? What am I supposed to do about that? Am I supposed to complain, or am I supposed to do something about it? Well, I says, I'm going to do something about it. I'm a marketing guy. It's all about awareness, like Christopher Boland. We quote him all the time. This is a revolution of awareness, but on every level. And the basic level, we need to focus on the basics. And then, because everything is built upon the basics. If you don't know the basics, that's why your life is all messed up. You don't know the basics, And but anyway, now so I wrote a couple of things down, and I'm going to touch on that. But going back to Palestine, like I said, what we need to do with the people that are creating this chaos in this world is this little tiny dot, a little itty bitty dot on the map of the world. It's that little tiny click. It's creating all of the chaos all over the world, and they have been doing it for centuries, and it's getting worse. It's gotten like, they've taken over our government, and they took over the media. What are we going to do about it? It's like I said, you think you're big and bad, then prove it. Let's kick their butts. Then we're big and bad. And by the way, we should be big and bad with the utmost humility. It's only to set an example for a fellow human being that this is what you can accomplish in your life. You're not a loser. You're a great human being. We can end crime. We can end abortion. We can end all of this crap that the cabal makes sure exists, because as long as there is chaos, they exist. And then we have to drown in all this frigging chaos. We got to understand there are people that are creating the chaos. And as long as the chaos it continues, we're all doomed. Every single one of us. Like I said, they will exploit us till there is nothing left. Then what happens to us? What happens when you don't have a job anymore? What happens when your husband loses his job because they shipped all the companies overseas, or robots took over? Right? You don't need the, there's a machine that comes and throws out the garbage for you. You have no sanitation workers anymore. What happens? What happens to those individuals? And it just keeps going throughout the line. Factories are automated. You have, like 10 guys doing the job of 1,000 people. What happened to those, with those 990 people? What's going to happen to them? And I'm also a businessman. The other thing about marketing is that I had to know about, as a marketing guy, every single one of you should look up what a marketing manager does, how much they make, how much, and what do they do? Now, why would they make that kind of money? Because marketing managers need to kick booty. They don't make money unless you're kicking the booty. And that's what I stepped up. So a lot of people, they see me as my Brooklynese, they see me tough, rough, and so on, and they don't take me seriously. But the damn thing is that I know how to kick the butt. You don't need to have a PhD to know how to kick butt. You understand? And you just need certain basic things. I've met a lot of people, a lot of intellectuals, college professors, archbishops, millionaires, and everything that were complete a-holes. And I was a young man, and I says, I don't want to be an a-hole too. So that's why I hung out with the best, the best possible people. Anyway, but that's what I'm saying here is like in this campaign, we are attracting the best possible people. We need to help each other become better. And we need to respect each other, and we need to be patient with each other. And you have to understand is that we are the new paradigm. It's us. You understand? It's you. You are the new paradigm. You are more important and more powerful than you think. That you can actually, you are that butterfly. You know, like in the butterfly effect. You know, your wings, that little tiny breeze that it creates, has a ripple effect. And it, you know, with all the other butterflies, you know, that we actually are. I mean, my God, we could change this world, but we have to start to flutter in unison. And we've got to be real patient with one another. Anyway, so somebody said disorganized. That's Bill. And by the way, we made some of the best friends, you know, in the movement, not just this campaign. I mean, I've made such good friends, you know. I mean, we will be friends for life. They're my best friends. But that's what this campaign has done. And I mean, we have attracted some of the best people, and we have outed some of the worst, and some of them out themselves. Today, somebody outed themselves. And that's one of the things that pushed me to make this this podcast. This is a person that I really liked. I still like her because I forgive her, because, you know, we're all imperfect. But you can't win if you're weak. You can't win if you're a me, myself, and I individual. Oh, you hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings. Think about the mother in Palestine that just saw her, you know, her daughter just shot in the friggin' head. How about her friggin' feelings? Your feelings means nothing compared to that woman. That's just one human being. But it's happening multiple times all around the world. Some child is being killed or poisoned or used for sex. Do you understand? You and your stupid feelings can go to hell. That's where it belongs. But that's what the Kabbalists, that's what they have trained us to think about, like that. You hurt my feelings. You know, I get my feelings hurt every freaking day. I started this campaign, boy, they went after my feelings like from the get-go. I was hurt a lot. I'm still here. Why? Why? Because my feelings is nothing compared to the problems in this world. I'm one human being, just one. Imagine every single human being is that, you know, is that tough. You can take anything. You can take a beating, and you just get the frig up. You learn the tactics of the enemy, and you get up, and you use it against them. That's what we've been doing in this campaign. But I'm setting an example for everybody else. This Claudio is not freaking I'm not unique. I just follow, you know, the right path. You know, what is the right path? Well, you respect each other. Did I make that up? Don't lie. Don't lie. Did I make that up? I just follow certain basic things. That's it. Don't exploit your fellow man, you know, in any way. You know, appreciate each other. Is that unique? Did I make that up? You know, is that culty? You know? No, they take good. Like I said, the Matrix makes everything good bad. You know? And so being independent is good. You know, and thinking about yourself is fine, as long as you benefit this world. You understand? See, I grew up like that. When I grew up in Brooklyn, you know, each one of us made that neighborhood better. It was the individual that made that neighborhood better. It was the individual that swept the other guy's stoop. You understand? That threw out that old lady's garbage. That fought the bad guys, the gangs that wanted to take over the friggin', you know, block, that were burglarizing our homes. We fought those guys. But it was the individual that stood up to do what was right. You understand? That's what we're all about over here. Anyway, so I hope I'm not. All right, so now going back to the Palestine thing. I got too many tabs open, see? Just like your browser. That's my problem. Somebody help me figure that out. So the Palestine thing is that, so we're going to do a siege. There's the Palestine issue, which has momentum. Momentum. There's the 9/11 Truth Movement. Has momentum because of people like us, right? That's why they're doing the best they can to drown us out. That's why I made that post yesterday. Hey, these guys are scared of us. They're scared of you. Let's keep going. Let's endure. And we're going to kick their butts, boy. We're going to show them who's boss, you know, like I said. And, but so what we're doing, so with the Palestinian issue, by helping Palestine, and we all should anyway, it's a humanitarian crisis, you know, happening on our watch. You know, it's apartheid. They're making apartheid legal. Could you imagine? This is how dumbed down they made society that they actually can get away with that. And the media's like, yeah, no big deal. Politicians, they don't even talk about it. They ignore it, you know, because if it's like us advocates, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So important issues, they make sure it's out of sight because then it's out of mind. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk about how, you know, blame the other party for what we didn't do and why we can't get it done because of them. That's the blame game, you know. It's like, look, man, you got a job, you're president, you're a senator, you're a congressperson, do your damn job. Go to the core of the damn problem. You will solve that damn problem. You don't need to be blaming anybody. Focus on the solution, you know, because otherwise you are part of the problem. But anyway, but that's how bad and corrupt our system is. So anyway, so the Palestinian issue is a siege against a common enemy. And that little dot, like I was talking about, we're going after that little teeny weeny dot that has conquered all the governments and the media and so on. It's got them in their pockets. It's got the oil companies in their pockets. It's got the banks in their pockets. It's got everything in their pockets. But we got a shot. We've got rights. We still have the internet. We still have tools at our disposal. We got to run with them right now. But we got to get our crap together. And we need to stay united. And we need to stop being sissies. You know, like this person today. Well, this advocate hurt my feelings because they're talking about pedophiles. And we're all about 9/11. I said, wait a minute. Whoa. We are a microcosm of society. We are individuals coming from the matrix. You need to understand that. And if this individual wants to talk about this particular topic because it's important, pedophilia. All right, so the speculation thing, there's a lot of spin, by the way, to make sure that we fight each other over this nonsense. Okay? So there is pedophilia, there is corruption in government, there is all of this, you know, stuff. But they make sure that there's like, you know, they throw spin on it so it can become a wedge issue. They tried to, and that individual, I was so peed off at that individual. That person made this campaign a wedge issue. I said, don't you friggin' dare. You making us a freaking wedge issue? What are you friggin' nuts? I said, it's this type of campaign that's going to save humanity. What are you friggin' nuts? You understand? This was not a troll. This is, you know, just your fellow advocate saying something really stupid like that. You know, making this campaign, you know, using this campaign to pit other advocates against each other. And then tagging me, Claudio, look, you know, this one. And I'm like, whoa. You know, and I'm like, wait a minute. I'm over here working on a campaign to save a whole freaking country. And you guys are coming, trying to get me over here so I can fight a little, you know, get in the middle of a little fist fight and then use me and this campaign as a wedge issue to divide you guys, you know, you know, and create friction, you know, a friction where there was none. I mean, because you got your feelings hurt. I swear we got to get that me, myself, and I, you know, out of the picture. It's our doom, but we have been indoctrinated. So, you know, anyway. Oh, okay. So I'm going to go through this list right now. Okay. I don't know how long have I been on. Okay. Am I talking too friggin' 28 minutes? Okay. Not that bad. It's not that bad. 28 minutes. It's not 2 hours. God forbid. All right. So I mentioned how the petty stuff keeps getting in the way of the big picture. You know, like if as long as it's not disinformation, there is disinformation that we all fall, you know, for. It happens to me. I'm a human being, you know, and we're bombarded. You know, the Matrix, they make sure they give us an ocean of spin, disinformation, because they want us all chaotic. They want us fighting each other. They want us talking to the end of time till we die off. Or they take away our rights, or this internet is gone. Or, you know, that we're censored to, you know, or we're you know, people like us are considered terrorists or something, whatever they're going to make up, you know, down the road. And so we've got from right now till then to do something about it. But but we've got to focus on the big picture. We have to stop picking on each other. You got to get that. You got to be grown up. It's like sometimes I see us grown ups, and it's like they're acting like kids. They're acting like freaking little boys and girls, spoiled brats. They should go to their room, and then, you know, and then they want to take, you know, like I said, another podcast. So you want to leave, and you're mad at, you know, at this individual that they're part of this campaign. So to get back at that individual, you want to go and attack this campaign. So everybody's got to pay the price because of one rotten apple. You know, anyway, don't fall for these rotten apples, okay? 95% of the population are a-holes, and they have been indoctrinated to be that way. And we need to understand that. And anyway, I keep getting these little bubbles, so it's a little distracting. I already got too many tabs open, so I'm going to, let me see. So the petty stuff, you know, you got to chuck it. Let me see. We must keep our eyes on the prize. I don't know if I fix that, and see the forest beyond the tree line. So most of us see that here's the tree line. See, I see this. I'm always all the way the frig over there, but many see just this, right? The tree line. You know, and then that's how you judge everything, is by this. You got to go way beyond that. The tree line is, this is where the Matrix. This is where they want you to stop, right here. This is where they want to entertain you. This is where they want to divide you. It's at that tree line right there. You need to go way beyond that. You say, F that friggin' tree line. That's where you got to go, you know, start to head. But every single advocate needs to do that. Every single one of us. And we'll be making videos on this thing, hopefully, you know, because, look, I do a lot. I do not waste time. Time is a tool. I talk to a lot of people every single day. I also have a lot of, you know, I'm a human being too. I'm also in the middle of my life. You know, I also have my freaking drama, and I also have my freaking technical difficulties. I also have issues regarding finances and relationships and stuff like that, you know? And then when I get that stuff out of the way, then I come here. And then it's like a lot of stuff, you know, there's a lot of responsibilities. I mean, you know, I got people involved in stuff. I got involved in stuff. And then I've got to get my, you know, I've got to, you know, I'm a man of my word. And so, you know how the road is paved with good intentions? I got to, you know, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's what it is. Well, I've got a whole lot of good intentions that I put on the line there, and I got to get them out of the way. And, but I'm setting an example, man. I mean, time is a tool. I do not waste it. I do not waste it debating each other. Get the frig out of here. That's what the Matrix wants. We need to kick their butts. You know, we want, you know, let them debate each other behind jail cells, you know, on how they blew it because the good guys won. You know, let them do the friggin' debating down the road, because right now we got from right now till then to go get them, because they're going to do something to stop us. All right. So we are in a race. So we need to see the forest beyond the trees. Okay. Stop falling for what's at the tree line. It's bullshit. Excuse me. I slipped. I apologize. All right. So, what is the most important thing a person can do in their lives in this time in our history? We are mutants. We were born amongst millions for a reason. Why are we different? Why isn't your friends and family like you? Why are you the only one that's awake? Because you were born that way for a reason. You were born to make change. Do you understand? And now we're finding each other, people like us. You know, it's like that movie, what was called the X-Men, And you have these mutants, even though it's, it's fictional characters and so on, but, they're finding each other, and they've always felt like outcasts all their lives because they were so different. And because I know I was a freak, man. I was a freak. I was always a loner. I always stayed by myself. Everybody was an a-hole because it was true. I always spoke the truth and everybody was lying. I didn't want to hang out with these guys. I was definitely different. They had short hair. I had long hair. I'm not kidding. I was always like, a little rebel, but I was always different. But so are you. But now that we find each other, what are we going to do? We are the most important people in history. Nature made us this way for a reason. What are we going to do with it? Do you understand? And and then, there are mutants that are real powerful mutants. And then there are those that have the potential to be powerful mutants. So the more powerful ones need to help the lesser powerful ones, get up to the level that they should be. But think about that movie, fiction, sometimes, we learn a lot from fiction. It's like a metaphor of life, real life, you can learn a lot from movies, and instead of, just in indoctrination, because I always focus on the positive stuff. I always focus on the good guys, their decision making. It's all about a decision. Everything starts with a decision. You ever notice that about the good guys in a movie? What they decided on, They did the right thing. That's why they became heroes at the end. And we saved the planet and all of that stuff, us good guys in these movies and so on. And that's why we cheer them on and we want to be like them. Yeah, but, they tapped into some basic things that most of us take for granted. There's good, there's evil, there's truth, and there are lies. And then you've got the in-between stuff, and they focus on the truth. And they did not compromise on that. That's what made them so damn special. As basic as that. That's it. And they got to know the cabal, the bad guys con. That's us. We are the mutants, And like I said, we all have different powers. We like the movie, but it's like we all have different talents and abilities, and we all can get together and then help each other, get to the next level and help others, do the same. By the time the entire planet, man, they're on our side. But it depends on us. What are we going to do with this special powers that we were all born with? What are we going to do with it? Are we going to blow it? I'm not. Not me, boy. I'm going to keep going. And I'm doing the best I can to set an example for everyone. I've been this way all my life. I started with my siblings, my neighbors, my co-workers, my employees. I was always an example. Why? Because I love us. I love us. That's all. Love is what drove me, always. And it still does to this day. And that's what should drive you every single freaking moment should be love, not hate. Turn on that TV. They want you to hate like crazy. My mom, minister, when I came over here to visit her, she was so negative. I was like, holy Jesus. I said, who are you? And then I listened to the television. I says, no wonder she's getting brainwashed. All this negativity is coming from there. That little friggin' machine. It's making this good, beautiful person that made me a decent human being. They're poisoning her. The devil took over. Just because the devil holds a Bible in his hand does not make him good. Do you understand? They'll hold that Bible, they'll smile, they'll wear their freaking $1 million freaking suits, $1 million freaking haircuts, but it's still the freaking devil. Anyway, okay, so what is the most important thing? So like I said, you're a mutant, man. Let's get our crap together. Reality is what we are all fighting for. That's basically it. Reality. It's not your belief versus somebody else's. It's not your opinion versus somebody else's. It's reality. What happens when it's reality? Everybody knows the same thing at the same freaking time. Holy crap. You understand? It's awesome. We know if there was a moon landing. We know if it's not a moon landing. We know if we have aliens. That we don't have aliens. We'll know reality. Humanity will start to grow the way it was supposed to. We were supposed to continue to evolve to become better. Every single generation was supposed to get better from the last one. And what they have done, they reversed it. They have dumbed us down. They want to dumb us down to the point that we're killing each other over petty nonsense in the streets. You understand? They don't want to solve the problem. They want to make sure it exists. Because as long as that problem exists, you know, on our level, we're occupied, you know, and these guys just keep doing whatever they want. They're creating all this chaos for us. And then they blame us. It's these bad guys, I'm telling you right now. But, you know, they have a plan. They have a plan, they have a script, and they follow it, and they work in unison. And in order for us to kick their butts, we're going to have to do the same exact thing. Okay? That's the truth. And somebody will say, oh, that's your opinion, Claudio. Bullshit. Excuse me. I tell you the truth or I shut up. That's it. You understand? You could take my truth. It's not my truth because the truth belongs to us all. The truth is free. The truth is universal, right? You can teach it to your children. That's how we should be with one another. Before you say anything, make sure it's the absolute truth. Make sure. If you're not sure, then ask people that you look up to. Do you understand? And then you need to have humility, and you need to start to trust them. It may go against, you know, what you have been indoctrinated. Remember, we're all indoctrinated. There's cognitive dissonance in the movement. There's cognitive dissonance here. You understand? It's too uncomfortable. I can't get rid of my love for left-right paradigm. You better chuck it because it's poison. You're poisoning us. You're poisoning the rest of us with that, clinging on to that poison. You understand? Cigarettes. There was a time when cigarettes were okay, right? Well, the grassroots started speaking up. Grassroots made that difference, to make cigarettes, the reality of cigarettes, what it is today. But corporations, they were killing billions. They just continue to do it to this day, all for money. Anyway, but okay. Some want a perfect movement. Yeah, right. That means you got to leave, and me and everybody else. Then there's no movement. You want a perfect movement? No such thing. Okay, it's just us. That's what I say. We gotta give each other slack. We gotta help each other. We gotta, whatever it takes to help us become better. Okay, some want a perfect movement. We're working with other advocates. Oh, I said this to Kevin Brandt and some other guys. This is working with other advocates is like brain surgery. You never use a hammer in brain surgery. Some of you guys that might be on this should realize that. Working with other advocates, you don't freaking shove something down somebody's throat. You don't bash them in the freaking face. You treat them with love and kindness and with respect. How about that? All right? That's going to make a better person, a better human being. Okay? That's what we're about. We've got to help each other become better. You become a better human being, you become better at everything, and you become a better advocate. Okay? Because we're the most important people in history. We better get better at doing what we do. But it first starts with us being better people. All right? Before fixing the world, you got to fix yourself first. That's the truth. All right? And that's the truth. Summer on the internet is always the slowest time. There are a lot of people says, well, we're not getting enough signatures. We're not getting enough this. We're not getting enough that. I said, yeah, because people are barbecuing, it's summertime, family time, vacation time, it's the time where people go outside, have fun. And as advocates, you need to do that once in a while. You need to live. That's another thing, that we need to balance our lives as advocates. I think I wrote that down. Balance is the key. Delta, her name is Kate from Australia, and she's a hustler, boy. And she comes from, like very humble beginnings, but man, she built a nice big business for herself. Not monster, but, a very good, successful business. And so anyway, we talk, behind the scenes. And then I say to her, I says, just make sure that your home base is healthy, please. Because if it's healthy, that means you're healthy when you're an advocate. So balance, you know, your life. If you're an advocate and people sees you as an outcast, your spouse or something, then become better human being towards them. All of a sudden, they're going to say, you know, one day it's going to kick in and say, you know what, being an advocate is pretty friggin' cool. Do you understand? Being an advocate, I mean, hanging out with this one advocate, man, he's the nicest person that I know, or she is, or the most helpful. But you see, this is what I mean, is that you want to wake up your fellow man, you need to set the example, and not combative, like I said, with, you know, with the hammer. No, you do with love. And all right, I'm going to keep going. Working with other advocates is like brain surgery. Okay, so I hope that sinks in, you know. Some are on the internet. Okay, I mentioned that. Okay, free 9/11 iron-ons. We need somebody to get good with these iron-ons, okay? I'm going to post all of the designs that we have made. And I will even include your design, if it's good enough. And I will post, and so anyone from anywhere on the planet can download these iron-ons for T-shirts. You can put them on, you know, like regular shirts, you know, you can put them, make them pocket size so it's a little subtle message. You can put them on the sleeves. You know, you can make a tattoo. I'm not into tattoos, but you guys that are into, you know, and that'll be some tattoo. You know, but we need to become visible online and off. I wear this every day, not the same one. Sometimes I switch them, whatever, but it's mostly this one because I live in Florida and it's hot. So I wear the white one. If I was in New York in the fall, I would be with my cool black one. But I'm out there every single day with this black T-shirt, just being a good neighbor, just being a good, you know, person, you know, helpful and so on. And they can't say that I'm a nut. They can't say, oh my, you know, oh my God, he's a 9/11 awareness, you know, truther. I don't say truther I haven't said truther in a couple of years. And because it has its connotations, you know, conspiracy theorists has its connotations, you know, that's how they label us. So I say we are 9/11 truth advocates. I don't know if you guys noticed that, because that's what I say all the time. Advocate. We're advocates. We are real important. We're not going to, I'm sorry, man, but I'm not going to fall for your little name calling nonsense. As a matter of fact, when we get to 9/11 truth, the person that created all these little names, I want to punch him in the face. So I'm serious. Anyway, so serious. You know, there's a lot of things, trolls and shills, you know, they should be all go to jail. You know, all of these paid, you know, people that knew, you know, of all of these cover-ups that were, you know, and all this about all this exploitation, you know, that they're committing against humanity. They should all go to jail, every single one of them. You know, so I'm like the trolls, you know, my block list. I'm gonna go right through it. So, okay, we're gonna have agents knock on the door. Okay, come here, you. Come over here. Take them down to the precinct, you know, interrogate them. Okay, now why were you being a troll and trying to, you know, hurt other advocates and lie about, you know, and so on, whatever, you know, but the good guys got to win because the bad guys have been kicking our butts for too long. So that's all. It's payback time, okay? So I want to make sure we you know, everybody that's been, you know, in our way, their day will come, you know, the day of reckoning. They deserve it. So anyway, so regarding the 9/11 T-shirts, the iron-ons, so I'm going to load them all up. I'm going to redo the webpage. We already have a free iron-on one, but I haven't had the time to update it yet, and to include every design that we possibly can think of, including your designs. Okay. And if you come up with a great design, everybody can benefit from it, and we will share it, you know, with the entire planet. But we got to get good at ironing on. I don't know. I've done it when I was a teenager. I used to iron stuff on. You know, my wife, she would get things from Disney, you know, for my daughter, and it would say her name on it and whatever, and she'd order it, pay it online. I could have made them, but she, you know, she thought they could do a better job. So, you know, I just, you know, whatever. So I let her do it. And so, but she used to order them, and they used to come in, she used to pay for them. They used to come in the mail, or now that they come in the mail, she used to download them and then print them out on that iron-on paper, and then I used to iron it on. It was me. I used to iron on all the iron-ons for my daughter, and for my wife, but it was always for my daughter usually. And but we got to get good at this iron-on stuff, and it's free. All you got to do is get the paper. You could get any old T-shirt. You could buy a brand new one. And just start ironing on 9/11 Truth. And then we'll have different ones. Like this one is a little subtle, and we'll have subtle ones. We'll have bold ones, like 9/11 was a false flag attack. That kind of thing. So you have a variety. And so if you're a little shy, you use the subtle. If you're bold, you use the the big badass ones, or you could use a different one for different occasions. And but that's our T-shirts, we do sell T-shirts. Excuse me. And it does help us, because being an advocate is definitely not a money-making opportunity. And it takes away from, money-making opportunities. So the more time that you spend as an advocate, I'm talking about running a campaign, the more time you're taking it away from money-making opportunities. I do not need to be here. There's things that I need that I do not have any, because my priorities have changed. So when you guys buy a T-shirt from us, make a little donation, it helps us. It really does help us. And I say us, there's a Ziola behind the scenes, there's Trina behind the scenes, and any other advocate that needs something that works really hard, and we got some funds, we're going to help that advocate make sure that they're okay. I think we're worth it. You understand? So we're not here like the slander, they attacked me. And I made a slander video. I hope every single one of you have seen that. But they said that, I came here to exploit the movement. Let me tell you something. You know how easy it is for me to make money on Wall Street? I just go hang out with my broker buddies, and we just start talking shop, because it's not a priority to me anymore. But if I really wanted to, that's all I can go back to that anytime. I do not need to be here to sell freaking T-shirts. I want to sell freaking T-shirts, make sure some of us are still alive to pay the freaking internet. That's it. And then, and just wake up the freaking planet. And the only thing that I want in return is a better planet for my kids. I do not want no freaking credit. I want to go hang out with you guys, because you guys are my freaking heroes. We should all, we should just free this world. This thing about, fame and all of that crap, it's just part of the cabal's illusion, It's nice to get recognized and all of that stuff, but, we got a job to do, man. We got a job. Let's change this world. And if we want to congratulate us, each other at the end, let's do that. But, I'm just into making a better place for my kids. And that's a reflection for every parent on this planet that has children, because they also represent the future, and the present. And so we better move our butts. And, okay. What are the tough things about being an advocate? I think I mentioned a few. I wanted you guys to answer that. Maybe if I just refresh this thing, maybe you guys wrote something down. But, okay, the last thing I'll do is I'll look at these comments you made on the video. And come on, computer. Oh, okay. Stop saying friggin' please. Stop being born in Brooklyn. Stop talking with your hands. Okay. Your priorities chabbed. Thank God. He's right. We are so broke. Yeah, Ziola. She knows that big time. Oh, that was the only comments? Really? That was the only comments? 41 comments. Oh, okay. All right. I got to click on something. It says 41. I say friggin' a lot because I don't want to use the other word. That's code in Brooklyn. When you want to be polite and your neighbors and the old ladies are sitting on the stoop, gossiping about the other neighbors in Brooklyn, we used to say friggin' a lot so we wouldn't, insult them. So instead of me saying, the other word, which is a lot more brutal, I say friggin' to show that I have restraint and that I have respect. You know, they're Brooklyn. You know. I also say love a lot. I say that a lot. I say peace. You know, stuff, respect. I say that a lot. I say it every day. I appreciate you. I say that a lot. A lot of you guys know that. It's the truth. All right, 41 comments. I click on this thing, and okay, I only see, this is, see? It's a conspiracy. I see 41 comments. I click on that thing, and I see he, Robert Clark, Laura, I was born in Brooklyn. Stop saying friggin'. Oh, that's so funny. Okay, and that's it. This is friggin'. Okay, let me see. Oh, Bev Collins. Hi, Bev. Bev Collins. Oh, Bev. Oh, I wanted to talk about something. It was a video conferencing that we could have like 25 people. I found that out with Trina the other day. And so we could have 25 people, you know, all like right now, we could all be talking to each other. Of course, you know, we've got to, you know, take our turns but we could video it. And then if, you know, depending on how good it is, we could actually, you know, then we could download it and then we could make a video, dress it up really nice and then post it for everyone, you know, to see and to learn from. You understand? And then they see this community of all these different people from all over the world. I mean, that's what we need. That's the new paradigm. That's, you know, so anyway, so I'm looking into that more. So I was exposed to it yesterday because of Trina with 9/11 TAP. And I says, you know, wow, man, this is a great tool, you know? And so I'm looking into it. So Bev Collins wanted to do a radio show again, and we need one bad. So we can discuss these, any topics that we are concerned with, current events and so on, and how we can make a difference. All right. And so you guys don't know Bev Collins, but she's a big deal. Okay. And she's beautiful people. All right. And a lot of you guys, here are. And, all right. This is the key to everything, the Palestine atrocity. Yes. As somebody said to, we've all heard somebody say something similar, but, when you hurt a human being, you hurt us all, this is what it's, but it's happening. But if we help human beings, like what I say about advocates, we help a good advocate, we help all advocates. You hurt a good advocate, you hurt all advocates. That's true. It's a universal law. It's a universal truth. So these are human beings, and evil is doing whatever it wants with them. It's the same evil that we all want to expose. So by helping the Palestinian, we are helping each other. We are helping ourselves. And it's another front, another siege against that little tiny dot that is destroying this whole damn planet. These guys are sick in the freaking head. These Zionists, whatever you want to call them, these guys are sick. They're psychopaths. I've never seen more evil than those people. Holy Jesus, man. Everything I just said, they are completely against, unless it's for them. We're all to be used for that, and suckered so they can get everything, and all of a sudden they throw us in the friggin' dump. Well, that's more or less the elite. I said it, man. They're exploiting us till there's nothing left. So we better move our ass. While we still have some tools left at our disposal, and we still have rights left at our disposal, we better run with it. But we got to get along. That's where it all starts with that. We got to get along. And Zionism has bloodline. Okay. Yeah, you're a true hero. Fine leader. Well, look, you know what? You know where I start? I used to box. When we were growing up, Brooklyn was not Brooklyn the way it is today. It was really bad. There were gangs, shootings. Shootings were common. They were so common the news didn't even freaking cover the freaking shootings. My girlfriend down the block. I go to her what is it called? A projects. She lived in the projects. That's really bad. So, and they had bullet holes this freaking big. I said, what kind of guns are they using over here? And it was scary where, I grew up. So anyway, so the police, and this is the thing about me and cops, I have no problem with cops. I got problems with a-holes that happen to have uniforms on, but I got a problem with a-holes that have anything on. You understand? So you got, you know, sometimes you get an a-hole and they have a freaking uniform and they abuse that privilege, that power, etc. Just like the politicians, you know, and newscasters, you know. Anyway, so but anyway, so they were volunteer cops and they were taking kids off the street. You know, we were just hanging out in the street. We had nothing better to do. We had, you know, our families were poor. We couldn't afford camp, or they couldn't afford to send us to camp, and, you know, and all these other, you know, other things that, you know, the kids in Queens and Long Island, you know, that's what they did in the summertime. We played in the street. And the cops used to come and they used to say, oh, you know, the police athletic league, you know, you guys heard about that. So, you know, one guy, you know, one off-duty cop, volunteer cop, just who's like an advocate, you know, just like us, you know, doing his part-time, doing good for the neighborhood, you know, making better people, stuff like that. So he would come up to us kids, and he would say, hey, you know, who wants to be on a basketball team with uniforms? He said uniforms, because we already have basketball teams. But he said uniforms, you know, that was his hook. That was his hook. He said, yeah, you know. And then, but as soon as they said boxing, you know, I raised my hand. My father was a Golden Gloves boxer. He was a champ, you know. So as soon as he said that, I said, oh, forget about it. You know, so I was part of that, you know. So, but I learned about being coached. That was the best experience I ever had in my friggin' life. Oh, I said friggin'. Sorry, in my life. And because number one, you have to trust the coach. You do not question the coach. And you know, he's wiser. He's you know, usually an ex-boxer himself. He's been in the ring. He's been punched in the face. He knows what it's like to be a boxer. So you need to trust that guy. So I learned that. And then and I listened to the coach, and I was let me see, almost 3 years. I had about 13 fights. I said 13 fights. And I was undefeated only because I listened to the coach. When he told me to do, you know, 10 push-ups, I did 20. You understand? When he told me to hit the bag for, you know, 15 minutes, I was there for half an hour. I always put in that extra effort, what we do here in this campaign, you know. And so, you know, I just, and in boxing, what happens is that, you know, then you retire as a boxer, and then, you know, you have the option to coach based on your experience. So I've been coached by people in business, you know, very successful people, you know, in life in general, and marketing, you know, and I've been coached. I've been coached by people in sales that were the best, because I love hanging out with the best. I love it. I love it. And I love kicking the booty. Love it. That's why in business, I have to kick the booty. Marketing, I kick the booty. Building sales organizations, getting clients, etc. Breaking records. That's what I like. You know, boom, boom, boom. Kicking the booty all your life. Because life is an adventure, man. Why not kick the booty? You know, I wanted to have fun kicking butt. So anyway, and here I am. But this is not my fight. This is ours. So I can't do this by myself. You know, I would never bother you guys. I swear to God, I'd do this all by myself if I could. You know, but this is our fight, you know, and that's why I do things like this and go through hell, you know, and because we need each other, and I'm just setting a good example. And so now I'm going through the last, I'm going through the Palestinian for sure. Okay, so I'm just. I'm sorry. See, this is that technology. Maybe with that other, you know, live feed thing that I mentioned, it'll be a little bit more real time. You can actually speak on it. You can actually get. It's like you know, I'm talking, and all of a sudden, let's say Robert says something. Boom. Then he gets into the picture, and then all of a sudden, Ziola says something, or Luca, or Bev Collins, or any of you guys. You know, and so we're all there. We can see each other, and it's real time. That's what was so freaking awesome about this. About that. This right here has its limitations. You know, I'm over here trying to catch up with what you guys are saying, and it's like. It's not that easy. And we finance it. Yeah, we finance everything back. We finance everything bad, but we can't finance one damn thing that's good. That's how the cabal, that's how they brainwashed us so bad, man. I told you, man, they're good at making the good the bad and the bad the good. We finance everything evil. Anything to fight it, I'll think about it. Maybe he'll buy. No. You're going to help people. You're going to help people. You know, by finding, it's like, I remember before I started this campaign, I was just an advocate. I used to donate to architects and engineers. I used to donate the Corbett report. You know the Corbett report? I used to donate to that. Just because I know that it takes money to keep, you know, because money is a tool. It's a freaking tool. If they have nothing, they have no tools. You need to get money as an issue out of the way. The cabal made sure they have no problem with money. But they made sure that every single person that's going to fight them does. Because we don't need a lot of money to kick their butts. You know, they print out the money. You know, they just print it out of the thin air and whatever. We just need a little bit because we could get stuff to kick their butts with. And they don't want that because they want the truth as poor as possible. The truth. Because that's what we're all about. You know, the lies got to have all the money. They got all the show. You know, they're the ones that are on TV. They got to own Hollywood, you know, the red carpet, the limousines, the lies own it all. The truth the truth is swept under that red carpet. You know, we got to change that reality. It's an upside down world. Okay. So, I think I am done because I think I'm talking too much now. And this is going to be archived, and so I'm going to be saying way too much. But I just hope that I said, you know, a little. And thanks for and all. Okay. Thank you guys. You're thanking me. Well, I thank you. You know, I'm just doing the best I can. Linda, Leanne, Nancy, Robert, Mike, all the Mikes. And I'll do the best I can about the friggin'. Now you guys know my secret with the friggin'. Don't tell anybody. But no, really, that's what we used to do in Brooklyn. We had to respect everybody. You know, we don't curse. You know, and there's your mom right there. You know, there's no way. So we would say friggin' this and friggin' that. You know, you got to be smart in Brooklyn, you know. You got to be passionate and tough, but you got to be respectful. So that's where that friggin' came from, all right? So you guys know that. But we have to be respectful, and because we deserve it. We deserve it. So anyway, all the Palestinian little flags, you know, anybody could send me a private message and just say, yeah, I want that little, you know, flag to support Palestine. You know, Australia with the Palestinian flag side by side to show solidarity. And because, you know, as advocates, you know, we can promote a lot, you know, and so that's one big, gigantic, small effort that has a big impact. Just like 9/11 truth, you understand? And the Palestinians, man, they're counting on us. They're counting on people like us. They got nothing else but hope for people like us. That's it. It's tough living over there. Anyway, all right. So I think that's it. And I thank you for your patience. I hope I covered everything I was supposed to cover. And for now, you know, this was a spontaneous thing. I was supposed to be working on something else. But like I said, I see people falling apart. We are the most important people on this planet. We got to stay together. We got to stick together. And we got to stop falling for petty crap. Petty crap. And anything that divides us, run from. If you got a post that it divides us, take that freaking post and throw it in the freaking garbage and hit it with a freaking sledgehammer. And never take it out again if it divides us. If it unites us, you put it on the table. You friggin' make a friggin' ice cream out of it. You know, serve it to everybody. Every single friggin' day. That's what you got to do. Unite, unite, unite. Everything that unites us, we should be promoting. Everything that divides us, we throw it in the garbage. Because if it divides the people, it's the psyop. You got to get that in your head. I know that it's hard to believe because we've been indoctrinated to believe, but that's reality. You don't need to believe. It's freaking reality, you know. I don't use that belief word. Somebody said to me, I says, look, all right, so whatever I just said to you is the absolute truth. And she said to me, well, you can believe whatever you want. I says, what? I said, what? I said, tell you the truth. What do you mean? There's no freaking belief there. I believe this and you believe that. I said, what? That's divide and conquer. I said, I run from that crap. It's the truth or nothing, period. Lies, truth, and in the middle is BS. I just stick with the what? With the truth. All right, so good night. I love you guys, and I'll keep you updated regarding the T-shirts, regarding the Palestinian issue. I'm going to have a video out there soon for the marketing campaign for the Palestinian issue. Please, you guys, every single one of you guys, you're marketers, every single one of you, and you can help market this to save the world. Initiatives to save us. You help the Palestinians, you're going to help us. You understand? And you help your fellow advocate, you're going to help us. That's where you need to focus your attention. You need to focus your attention on making better people and helping better people become better. And we're gonna save this place. And I love you guys. And I have the utmost respect for you guys. All right. And thank you and I hope I didn't bore you. All right. And sorry for all my friggin'.